Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the Easter stream. Howdy, everybody. Howdy, howdy, howdy. I even brought one of my good buddies, Rabbit. Hello, Rabbit. So happy Easter, everybody. I should say happy early Easter. Usually I do the shows on Sunday, but this week, way the things worked out, Saturday it was an easier day to do the show, and tomorrow is movie day. I'll be seeing Ghostbusters and Immaculate, starring Sydney Sweeney. Before I start the show off, I do want to send a special thank you to a sponsor of the show, my grandmother, and she gave me some cool little puzzles from Mickey D's. Look at that! Look at that! The multiverse puzzle games from McDonald's. That's fun and exciting. So again, welcome to the Easter special, and I have my friend Rabbit. And so today, what I plan to do is some unboxing, a little bit of Ghostbuster talk, a little bit of Beetlejuice talk. The trailer just came out. And the thing I want to do today is to go through this Twitter thread. You know on Twitter how people do like threads, and they're all these random questions. And you don't have to answer them all, or you can answer them all, and it just helps you, find different people, learn about each other, things like that. And I like doing that. So I wanted to do that for a stream. I wanted to go through one of those Twitter things just to go through the questions, because I think that's kind of fun in a way. So, with that being said, let's get to the Ghostbuster stuff, because I think that's the easiest things to talk about for this stream. So, last weekend, I was at the movie theater, and I saw that they had all the Ghostbusters Afterlife stuff like a whole week ahead of time. I was like, oh my god, what am I going to get first? So I decided to get the bucket. As you can see here, the Ghostbusters Frozen Kingdom bucket. It looks really cool. It's got all like little paint spatter. It's got the ice marks. And it came with a cup, as you can see here. This Ghostbusters Proton pack, like artwork thingamabob. Yeah, there you go. I like the look of this. It looks like the blueprint, or the plans, the layout of how to design that. Let me put my light on. There we go. So you see the details, so it focuses in on it. There we go. I do like this. I think it's very cool. Very cool. And it had different characters that came with it, and I was like, oh no, what am I going to pick? What am I going to pick? And there was 3 of them. One was like the stupid drone, and I was like, who cares about the drone? And then the other ones were these guys, and I'm like, oh no, I don't know who to pick. I have no idea who to pick. And the the Regal worker was like, I'll just give you both of them. So I was like, oh, thank you, I don't have to choose. So I actually have these displayed in my background. So over here, I have a Ghostbuster shelf. So with the real Ghostbusters, I have the no ghost symbol. That's where he'll be positioned. And the cool new transparent Slimer will be with my horror movie shelf down here. He'll be right in front of Harry Warden and Arnold Schwarzenegger's character in Dutch. Yeah, Dutch from Predator. So he'll be over there. And after I got out, so I sat down in the theater, and I think it was for the movie Love Lies Bleeding, which I could probably talk about. So as I'm sitting there for Love Lies Bleeding, I noticed that there's this huge Regal commercial that's advertising this other popcorn bucket, and I'm like, I didn't see that up front, so I'll check it out after the movie. So after the movie was over, I went up front and goddamn, there it is. They have the Ghost Trap popcorn bucket, and the gimmick for this one is that you hit the switch here, and it lights up. So it's got the little red light right here. And I thought that was cute because it was just like the movie, like if the trap is clean, red is clean, or whatever. And then it's got the little light up thing here. Hang on, we can turn the light off here now. There we go. And hang on, let me press it again. There's a little sticker here that says press to hold the doors trapped. I think I'm going to leave that on here, so when I grow old and lonely and lose my mind, I don't want to be like, I don't know how to work this thing anymore. But yeah, so you hit the little switch here, and the light comes on, and that light comes on. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Of course, whenever I get these, I always ask for no popcorn, because I don't want to ruin my collectible bucket. The hell with ruining my collectible bucket. That's just not my way. Let's see. So those are the two things, and I guess since I did bring it up quite briefly, I can talk about Love Lies Bleeding. So I saw that last weekend. It's the Kristen Stewart movie, and I was excited about it because I was like, oh man, Kristen Stewart. She's like every movie she gets closer to doing something like Cherry Bomb. So I was like, oh man. So I went to see the movie, and for those who don't know, it's about this girl who works at a gym, and she finds this female bodybuilder, and then they start a relationship, and then you find out that Kristen Stewart's dad is like sort of like the local gun runner gangster kind of guy, and he has the town in his pocket. And throughout the movie, you find out that Kristen Stewart was like his right hand man, but then she felt guilty about it and stopped doing that, even though the gym is owned by her father anyway. And then there was Dave Franco, who's like this little incompetent creep. I loved it. Like he wore like yellow shirts. He had like the lamest little like mustache, and then like he tried to have like a mullet, I think. And then like whenever he tried to do something, he like slipped on the stairs or tripped. It was like, this guy's a pathetic loser. And then he abuses his wife, or so you think. I don't know. Something tells me there's something other going on. I don't think. I think something else is going on. The way the wife reacted at the end. But so you have. So the sister to Kristen Stewart gets beat up so bad that the bodybuilder like has this like weird thing going on. Like whenever she gets like really super angry, like her muscles like bulge and like really get big. But that's when she's like angry. So she loses her shit and like kills Dave Franco. And Kristen Stewart's like, "Oh, what the heck? You killed him?" And she's like a total pro because she worked with her dad all these years. And then, you know, they hide the body, film noir stuff, yada yada yada. I thought it was okay, you know, because it wasn't the Frank Ireland 5-star movie. It was like I was like, because like towards the middle, it gets a little too like by the book, by the numbers sort of like crime thriller, and I'm like, and I didn't like how the characters acted. I didn't like Kristen Stewart saying like, no, you got to stay in town. It's like, no, she had an excuse to be saying no, she was going out of town. Like that was fine, but like Kristen Stewart like freaked out, and then the girl ruined her dream because she threw up on the stage, and then they got mixed up with the girl who saw them at 2 a.m, and I didn't like where it was going, and then because it was just like I didn't like it, and then. Kristen Stewart stands up to her father, Ed Harris, on the phone, and she's like, "I'm going to fucking kill you, and I'm going to go to the cops or whatever." And he's like, "Is that a threat? Are you threatening me?" And Kristen Stewart's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Yeah, there we go. We're back on track. But that part where I fell off is a good, like, 5-10 minutes, maybe 15, where I was just like, I don't like where this is going. I don't like what the characters are doing. I don't like it. But it won me back. But that segment really did lose me. So it's not the Frank Ireland, like, oh my God, I loved it. Maybe it'll change when I see it again. But from my first viewing in the theater, I was like, nah. So there's that. So that's my thoughts on Love Lies Bleeding. The next thing I want to talk about before I get into like the questionnaire and unboxing and all that is that the new Beetlejuice trailer came out. Beetlejuice. The trailer came out. And my first thought, and I tweeted it out, was like, this trailer is like Dance Dance Revolution. It hit all the beats. And what I mean by that is that it hit all the aggravating tropes that the latest teaser trailers have done for the last like couple years, since at least Star Wars, I think, where they play the theme song in slow motion, like da 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 da, or the da 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 da, or the da 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 da, or they did. What was the other one that they did the slow motion thing to? Anyway, you know what I'm talking about when they do the slow motion. Da 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 da. They did that with this, where it was like Day-o, day-o, daylight come and they wanna go home. they do the slow motion thing and they introduce the world, and something feels off. And I think it's just because they're trying to do that nostalgia reverence where it's like, oh, they're playing the theme in slow motion, and oh my god, this means a lot. But like, it's Beetlejuice. It's just Beetlejuice. Like, you know. And I've been seeing like everyone like losing their shit. Like, oh my god, it's exciting. Like, yes, it is exciting, but like, I was more excited before the trailer. And when I saw the trailer, I was like, ooh, ooh. And it's just because I think they play up that nostalgia feeling. Like, oh yeah, this is like take this seriously. Like, day-o, day-like. I'm like, they do the serious crap, and then they take you by all the things you remember, and then they show the character, and like something just feels off, and I can't quite put my finger on it. I feel like it's too clean. I feel like everything is too clean. The girls' school is too clean. The sign is too clean. The bridge is too clean. Nothing feels old. It doesn't feel aged. I feel like that town should be aged. Like the sign should be not well kept. The school's still open, but the sign should not be well kept. I feel like the bridge, the paint is too fresh. Everything is too fresh. Even when it gets to the Beetlejuice character. When it gets to the Beetlejuice character, like, his suit is, like, huge. I don't know, like, maybe they should have went, like, a size smaller, or they're trying to do a thing, but, like, his suit looks huge. He looks like he has too much hair. His hair is too green. He looks too clean. It's like, I don't know, like, it's weird to me. The whole Beetlejuice trailer was just weird to me, and it's too clean. And even when she, like, pulled up the sheet off the town, there was hardly any dust. I don't know. It just looks too clean for me. I'm sure I'll be there day one, and I'll be there with 5 stars. I'll get my fucking popcorn bucket. I'll get my Ghostbusters and Beetlejuice bucket and be like, yeah, I'm a big fan. But it's like, I love Beetlejuice, but like, seeing the trailer, I was just like, what are you doing? What do you, like, it's a creepy undead man who grabs his groin and spits. I don't understand why it's like, ah, you know, it's too much. It's too much. Like, I get the for like Indiana Jones, because it's like, oh, Indy's back, you know, and I get even the Jurassic Park, because like every fucking year there's always like, for 30 years Jurassic Park has done this, you know, and I get the da-da-da. But I don't get the Beetlejuice, like, slow-mo, serious, you know, like, nostalgia thing. And it's just like, no. But I get it. It's just a teaser. But everything feels off. Everything feels off. It doesn't feel old. It doesn't feel grimy. It feels too clean. It feels like, you know, I think I said it a couple episodes back. When they went to film My Bloody Valentine, they found the perfect coal mine. And then the coal mine was cleaned up afterwards, so they had to re-dirty it. So I feel like that's sort of what happened with the Beetlejuice town. Like, it looks too clean now. It's pristine. It's clean. And it's like, no. Like, the point of that small town, it was a small town. Like, aged. It felt rustic. And now it feels clean. Like, that's off. You know, it's like going to like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house or something and just having like a pristine, clean house. It's like, what the hell are you doing? No. That's not how it should be. Anyway, so that's my thoughts. Again, I'll probably be day one. Love the movie. Who cares? But I'm just saying the teaser trailer felt off. Okay, so with that being said, I have 3 items to unbox this week. Not too much stuff. You know, it's not a super show, and it's nothing to brag about. But, like, a few items I got, and it's going to be fun. Let me get all of them up here, because they're flat on the ground, so I got to pick them up. So, the 3 items I have this week are the Bride of Frankenstein NECA figure. As you can see here, the display case. She looks beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful. And then I got this for the outfit and accessories, because I'm going to put on the super one. What color? I got this Barbie here. And the thing is, what I plan to do... Let's see. How to explain it. So, I'm going to put the accessories of this Barbie onto this one. because this is like the superposable action Barbie where you could like bend the knee, elbow joints, everything. So the accessories will go on this one. And then I think what I plan to do, what I want to, is I just rewatched Small Soldiers and I noticed the Gwen dolls. You got your stupid Gwen dolls. I want to repaint this Barbie and take the hair out and make my own Small Soldiers Gwen Barbie. So there's a plan. There's a plan of attack for this Barbie. And then the third and final thing I'll be unboxing today is the Superpower Skull Ship Brainiac High-Tech Skullcraft. The reason why I got this is because, if you don't recall, a few years ago I did this Batman vs. Superman trailer, and the theatrical cut of the trailer was a reaction video to it, and my friend Anthony watched it, and there's a point in the video where he's like, "It's the Skull Ship! It's the Skull Ship! It's Superman!" Oh, I think he said, "That's Brainiac!" So, I thought that was really, fun. So I thought this would be a nice reminder and a representation of the Batman versus Superman project. It's the Skull Ship. It's the Skull Ship. That's the Superman. That's what he said. Yeah. So these are the three things I'll be unboxing today. And also, this is just a generic stream, so that's why I have the Ask Me Anything. So you could literally ask me anything. To Jacob Dreamworks. I don't know if he's watching or will watch this later. I have not rewatched Carrie yet. I did rent it. I did copy it. I have not watched it yet. But I did see your live action Little Mermaid that you've been asking me to see. And I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed the remake of The Little Mermaid to a certain extent. I would consider the remake of The Little Mermaid more of a companion piece rather a standalone. Because I feel like you would have to watch the original cartoon before you could watch the live-action Little Mermaid. Because I feel like the way they tell the story in the live-action movie is so backwards, and they leave things out, and I don't understand why. Give me a second here. How is this attached? Is it like that? Oh, there is another string. Shit. Okay, look at that. Okay. So, to fully explain myself about the live-action Little Mermaid, if I could remember, because it's been a month or two now since I've watched it. So, in the live-action movie, the remake, or, the live-action Disney movie, there was, they told the story out of order. And the way they did it, it didn't quite make sense, So, okay, how do I think the thing that went out of order was, so Sebastian is supposed to be spying on Ariel, and in the cartoon it makes sense, because he sends Sebastian to go spy on Ariel, and then as he does, he discovers the grotto, and then after the grotto, they go instantly to Prince Eric on the boat, and then on the beach. So Sebastian's been there the whole time, and then, then he slips up like, oh my god, she lives the human world. So in this movie, I'm pretty sure he has no idea where the grotto is, has no idea about that, but I think he does know about Prince Eric. And the way they told the story was out of order, and it didn't quite make sense. Because if he didn't know about that, then why did he know about the other thing? So it was just that. And then the other thing was, I don't quite... I think that it is this. It's you understand Ariel's reason to escape more in the live-action one. Because in the cartoon, you see all these mer people. You see the land. You see the sisters. You see the people. And you see, all the helpers, the king's people. In the live-action one, there's only the father and the sisters. You don't see any other mer people. And it's, the weirdest, smallest, claustrophobic thing ever. You don't quite get that. Until the end. And to me, the end is, the most beautiful part of the movie. is where all the maybe they were holding off for that magical moment, but like I wish you saw more mer people in the beginning, or at least got an idea of how the city worked or how their world worked, because you could totally understand why Ariel wants to leave. If there's only her father and sisters, yeah, you don't want to stay there. You want to explore the world. But like with, because then the ending, I think maybe that's why it makes the ending a little bit special. Because at the end of the movie, all the mer people show up. They're all there when Ariel becomes human, or it's her wedding, I think, and they're all there in the water, and it's a beautiful shot. I like how that's all set up. But maybe it's more special then, because you're like, oh, there's other mer people. But in the beginning of the movie, it's just like, what's going on here? What's going on? Oh, a hand did pop out. Okay. I was wondering. So as I was opening this, I did see something pop out, and I was like, oh, I don't think anything did, but I think something did. So I just opened, I think her name was Ilsa Lancaster, The Bride of Frankenstein. Bride of Frankenstein's my favorite one. So I have like several favorite Universal monster movies. I think the top one would be Bride of Frankenstein. Like, that's number one. Number two, it's a tough one, but I think my favorite number two Universal monster movie would be Invisible Man. And then the third one's Creature from the Black Lagoon. Creature from the Black Lagoon used to be number one, but over the years it's sort of dropped because Bride of Frankenstein has like a lot of cool like allegory and metaphors, and you know, the shots are so well done. It looks like a beautiful movie, and like it just, there's a lot going on in Bride of Frankenstein. Invisible Man, I love the character more than anything. Claude Rains is so awesome as the Invisible Man with his voice and performance, and the special effects. I have no idea how they did that. Like, how'd they do that? How'd they do that? I don't know how. Because like there's like scenes where like the bike runs by itself, and it's like, oh my god, how'd they do that? That's so cool. And then number three would be, of course, it would be Creature from the Black Lagoon. And that one's just dropped just because, you know, the other ones are so good, even though that one's my favorite. I see some people are finally tuning in. I guess there must have been like a delay or whatnot, but hello everybody, hello. Welcome to the Easter stream. I'm doing a few unboxings, and I'm going to be entering like a Twitter thread. So I'll get there. Just want to show off some accessories from it. That looks cool. I like that. I like that accessory. That looks cool. Let me put this light on, a little light on the subject. Ah, there we go. That's pretty cool. And then what else we have here? We have some bandages. Yeah, just bandages. Those can go on her wrists to make it look like they're falling off. And then you got a hands. And then you have a face plate here that goes above. So you recall in the movie, I think they unbandage her head and you see her eyes. And it's like, ah, she's alive, she's awake. So, here's her head bandage. And then, you could, oh hang on, did I even hold it up long enough? I think I just held it off until it, there you go. You can see her eyes, those awful eyes. And then you put this little face plate over that instead of making a whole alternate face. Yep. They have this one as well. You just cover her eyes with a little face plate. And that's cool. That's cool. But I think I'll leave her regular head on. But I might switch the hands out to the open hands. Because her hands are like this. Hang on. I guess I could show you. Misa show you. So her hands are like closed like that. And then they also have these open hands. And like I said before, one of the open hands slipped on the ground. Which I can get later, hopefully. It's down there somewhere. Yeah, I'll get it after show. It's fine. It's fine. I always find my items. Oh, I never... So a few weeks ago, I think it was the Super Show, where I was doing an unboxing, and the Black Widow gun flew out of my hand. So after that show, I found the gun, It was perfect. I found where it landed. And then I tried to put in the hand of the Catwoman. And as I was trying to do that, it popped out and flew across the room somewhere else, so I have no idea where it is now. But that was funny. I found it, and then I lost it again. That's hilarious. Good stuff. And then, let's get to the Skull Ship! It's the Skull Ship! Death of Superman! By the way, Anthony has a new video today. I have not checked it out yet. It is the Yu-Gi-Oh! I think he's unboxing a Yu-Gi-Oh figure today. Oh, Lord. What did I drop? No questions today? No questions today. Okay, so this is... Oh, so it must come apart unintentionally. So we have the skull. Return the slab. That's what it looks like. Courage Cowardly Dog reference. Let's see. Oh my god. Lost tons of people in a matter of a couple seconds. Okay. So we have these little worm tentacles. I think the instructions are on the box. Yes, they are. Okay. We have the Skull Ship, put that down. And then... Oh, geez, they're all labeled. Okay. L1. Okay. L1 goes here. Oh, good, they're all labeled. So, if you're going to plan to get this, there's a little L1 etched on the bottom of the tentacle. And then each section, these little white tabs here, have the initials L1, L2, L right, or right 1, right 2. That's cool. But the thing is, how to get them on. Ooh, how do I get these on? Oh, those look easy to do, but how come... Okay. I'll do the easier ones. If I can do that. R2, yep. R2 looks easy to do. R2 looks like this easier slip-on. Oh, that's how you do it. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so easy. Here I'm thinking you gotta pop them on. You just gotta slip them on. Okay. L4. Yeah, that's easy. Okay, so what I thought you had to go like jam them on, but you just gotta click them on. So that's good. That's good. L2. Oh my god, that's so easy. Oh yeah, speaking of easy, earlier this week, I don't know if you guys saw this, on Mattel Creations, they had a little stream of the new Street Shark toys they're doing, and I was like, oh, that's so neat. I'm so excited. I've already pre-ordered the first wave. The only thing that worries me is that there's articulation in the legs of the Street Sharks. And the old ones, they were a solid piece, but in the new ones, they're articulated, which is cool, I guess, because you could pose them and do whatnot and whatever with them. But now I'm like, I don't know, will it hold the weight, or will they fall weak over time? So that's the question I have. And here we go. The Skull Ship is complete. Brainiac Skull Ship is complete. Death of Superman. Look at that. That's so cool. And we have Brainiac Skull Ship, as you see here. And when you... Oh, that's so creepy. I love it. I love it. That's so good. I love it. Okay. So that's done. And then... last but certainly not least is this Barbie figure. Barbie. Oh, nickel and dime. Do you want them or not? Let's see. Barbie. Oh, I like this. She comes like a little fish tank. Which reminds me, I have this idea I've always wanted to do, but I don't have a space to put him yet if I were to do it. So my idea is to get the Pinky and the Brain figures and get like a little terrarium and make it look like they're really inside like a little mouse terrarium. But the problem is I don't have the space to put them in. I don't have them. Because I would want that to be like a dedicated space to make it look like they're actually living in a terrarium. But I don't know how to do that. I can't really explain it. Haven't gotten words. Oh! Here we go. I do have controversial opinions on this. I do. I've realized... I want to find the right words to say this, but I've realized AI is here to stay, and we just have to deal with it. And I feel like, in a way, because I know everyone's like, well, you're like they're stealing other artwork, you're stealing this, you're stealing that. I feel like I've sort of been doing that with my trailer mashups all these years, anyway, where I steal other movies and put them together and make my own vision. And they're other people's, movies. And I kind of feel like that's what I've been doing. And, in a way, parentheses, in a way. And then the other thing is, I kind of see, like, AI no different than Photoshop. To explain. So let's say, like, how do I explain? Okay, so say I have my phone in my hand, right? I have my hand like this, and I have my phone in this hand. And I then Photoshop this hand to look like this hand. So I get rid of my hand, or you get rid of my phone. I get rid of the phone in my hand to make it look like this hand. And I sort of feel like that's what I'm doing, where I'm taking this, flopping it, erasing it to make it look like this one. I don't see the difference. To me, it's like as everyone's been saying, it's another tool in the tool chest. And I know people are like, oh, well, you're stealing this, you're stealing that. But it's like, I feel like we've been doing that for years. I feel like a lot of things have been stolen, or you're remixing. It's just another step. Like when you listen to music. Like just today, I saw that this rap star or this hip hop artist used this track from Green Acres of Gabba Gabor going like I, and when she went I, they just remixed it going I, and they remixed it like that. Or even like in the Gorillaz, when they made that song, I'm happy, I'm feeling sad, I got sunshine in a bag, I'm useless. That dun 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 dun, that was a preset on a toy that they bought. That little beat already existed on a toy that they had, and they just took it. And I think I even mentioned a few weeks ago where it was like Nirvana stole the more than a feeling, and then like you look back years before that, it was Louie, and it's like, I don't know. I think everyone's scared because it's the first steps of AI. It really is. It's the first steps of AI. Of course, you're thinking there's bad things, but there's also good things that could come from it, I think. Again, take it with a salt. We're in the early days of it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just see it as a tool in the tool chest, and depending how you use it, certainly there should be rules and regulations of how you use it and whatnot. Certainly I don't even know about that, because I've been doing that already with my mashups. I've been already sentence mixing and taking people's things that they say and redoing it in my trailer mashup way, so it's like it depends on how you use it. Depends how you use the technology. If you're using it to scam people, that's not good. If you're using the technology to sell an idea, to get an idea across, perhaps, yes, I do like that idea. But like if you're using it, like the whole thing, the controversy thing with this movie, how they use like images, and the excuse they had is like, this was at a time when they were using it for like apps and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I just feel like the technology, it's another tool in the tool chest, and we have regulations and rules about it. Maybe I've ranted a little too long, but that's it. Shane Ford comes back with, having seen the film, all I can say is there's way more than 3 images. There's a lot of AI art through the whole thing. Many of the logos, cutaways, honestly, pretty obvious. But like, honestly, I'm treading on thin ice because I know a lot of people don't like this AI stuff. But it's honestly like it's a low fucking budget movie, and I like how they're like, oh, just hire an artist. It's like, no, with an artist you gotta pay the artist and you gotta give them like royalties and all this and all that. So I don't know. All I say is it's a tool in the toolbox, and depends on how you use it and how we figure out how to use it. But in a way, I feel like we've been doing it already. We just call it different things, remixing, mashups. We've already been doing it, and I don't know. It's like now it's just gotten better. I think that's what it is. Like back in the days, like sentence missing, yeah, your sentence missing. Now it's like, oh, now you could do the whole thing, the whole shabam, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. As of now, it's a tool in the toolbox, and overall depends on how you use it. And to me, from the looks of this movie, what we're talking about, the late night movie, it's a low budget movie. They were trying to cut corners, and they did. And this was at a time when people were using AI. People still use AI. People use AI for the apps or whatever to do the voices and faces and your photo thing. And it's just like, I don't know. I feel like we're at a spot where it's just like it's a tool. It's a tool now, and it depends on how you use it. So I feel like I'm just repeating my same stuff over and over again. But anyway, moving on from the AI thing. But I will say this: boycotting the movie is not going to do a damn thing, and I feel like that is jumping the gun. Here's the thing: it's like I get boycotting a movie, like Scream 7. Like, yeah, I get that because they fired the actress unfairly, and it has to do with the Gaza thing. It has to do with like deaths and killing. Yes, makes sense. Boycott. But when it comes to a new technology that you're scared of, and perhaps you don't agree with, I feel like boycotting is a bit too much, and especially for a low budget movie. If it was like a big budget movie, sure, maybe it'll hurt them. Don't go see the movie then. But like when it's a low budget movie, it's like I don't know who you're hurting. You're certainly not hurting who you think you're hurting. But that's my opinion. Everyone has their own opinion, and that's my opinion. I just think boycotting it seemed ridiculous. I was like, are you kidding me? Really? But I don't know. I don't have strong opinions about anything. I think the only strong opinion I have is like on Star Wars, and that's it. Everything else is like, convince me. If you can argue with me with the good and bad with AI and technology and all that, sure. I could be swayed, but like, I don't hold any strong opinions on anything. Especially to boycott something. It's like, I don't have any loyalty that bad where I would boycott. Because it cracks me up when people are like trying to boycott stuff and it's like all the popular stuff. I remember someone commented on one of my things about boycotting McDonald's, and I'm just like, man, I'm poor. I may have all this junk and stuff, but it's like, I'm poor. I can't be boycotting McDonald's. And if I boycott my McDonald's, I'm not affecting McDonald's. I'm affecting the freaking town. I'm affecting the workers and the students and the kids who go to work there during the summer. I'm not affecting the big higher-ups at all. I don't know. I just have different opinions on certain things. And there's some examples of that. It cracks me up though. Like, I'm boycotting McDonald's, and I don't like it anyway. It's like, you never had an opinion. Oh my gosh. Or there's just some people, it's like, why are you complaining? You were never going to go to there anyway. It's like, why? Stop it. It's like me complaining about... Oh, God. It's like me complaining anything about Star Wars. It's like, I have no reason to be complaining about any modern Star Wars. No reason. Like, sure, I could, like, poke fun at it, but, like, I have no reason to actually argue about it. Like, just an example, like Luke. I think Luke would like argue about Star Wars about not working. And it's like, dude, I'm not even watching it. I have no reason to complain about it. Oh no! She's got a whole top. I can't paint this with the small soldiers thing. Aw. She's got like a whole onesie on. I thought she had like a painted bikini on. Yeah, that's gonna be difficult to do the Gwen Stacy. Not Gwen Stacy, but the Commander Stacy or whatever from Small Soldiers. Dang it. Dang it. Yeah, it's not the right body type. Fudge. Fudge. Now I gotta find like another one. Nah, it's easy. I can just go Sabers. It's fine. It's fine. Oh wait. I can't really do that. Oh Lord. Well, I guess I could put some of the accessories on. Yes, you missed me talking about it. Just to briefly summarize what I talked about, like the point from Dave Franco's murder until Kristen Stewart's on the phone saying, "I'm going to put you to, I'm going to arrest you or I'm going to kill you or whatever." When she threatens her dad and he says, "Is that a threat?" and she's like, "Yeah." The movie picks up, but that whole middle part, like, I didn't like where the characters went. I didn't like how they acted, because I was like, no, everyone knows that the Muscle Girl was going to go to the competition, and that's a public event, and that was totally a perfect excuse of being out of town or saying that they were out of town and didn't do the murder. Like, that was plausible deniability. Like, it was a public place. It was a public event. You could totally say, yeah, we left that night to go to the event in Vegas. Like, there was no excuse not to do that. But Kristen Stewart's like, no, we gotta stay in town. We gotta stay in town. It's like, no, it's more suspicious if you stay in town. And you could have just gone to Vegas, where it's a public place where you have to sign in and be on stage and have photos taken of you. It's like, no, you could have gotten away with it if you just went to Vegas. I don't know. It made sense for me to be like, nah. So I did back up in the third act. Love Kristen Stewart stressing out and running around. Yeah, she was stressed out for sure. Oh man, ugh, I don't know. It's not the Frank 5 stars. It might even be 3.5 stars, but I don't know. Something about it doesn't sit right with me, because they totally had an excuse to go to Vegas for it not to look weird, because they've been wanting to go to Vegas. She was going to be in the public eye, and then the other thing was, I felt like they didn't know how to get the Muscle Girl to be under Ed Harris's thumb, because she's so powerful. That girl is so powerful and so smart and doing all the right things. And they had like a writer's thing, like, oh God, we just wrote this strong female character. How do we make her weak enough in order for Ed Harris to have something to hold over her head? So they had her go to Vegas by herself and then fuck it up by vomiting because she had too much like testosterone or whatever. And she threw up on stage and ruined her dream. So they had Ed Harris finally have something to hold over her. And I thought that was super weak. Super weak, where I was like, come on. Yeah, it just... everything was right until a certain point, and then it was like, oh, we gotta have them do all the wrong things in order to the movie to happen. And then the movie continues to happen, and it's like, oh yeah. And I don't know about you. If I was a cop, I'd be like, why is the couch not pushed against the wall? I'd look over the couch to be like, why is this like 1 foot away from the wall? I would look. Oh man, but that's just my 2 cents on that movie. My little bit more 2 cents. Let's see. So the next thing I want to do on my show is, we opened up the Barbie, we opened up the superpowers, we opened up the other thing. Let's see. Let's go to the Twitter questions. Twitter questions. Yeah. But that's funny though. That movie. Love Lies Bleeding. I haven't seen the new Ghostbusters yet. I'll be seeing that tomorrow. Same thing with Immaculate. Immaculate. Sydney Sweeney being awesome. Where the hell are the questions? Maybe I like somebody's questions. Give me a second here. I gotta scroll through them. Scrolls! Should have had it ready. Should have had it ready, but I didn't. I should have had this ready. I'm so sorry, guys. I feel like an idiot. Oh, I don't have them ready. Do I have it bookmarked? What's quicker? Oh no, I don't think I have anything that's quicker. Oh no. No, oh, here we go. Found it. I think I found it. Oh, this one's different. This one's different. Son of a bitch. How many questions are in here? 36. Okay, 36. We can get through that. We can get through this. Let's do this one. I didn't find the right one that I wanted to do, but this one does the same thing. So this one is from Twitter user, let's see their name, Anime K-Pop 6. Anime K-Pop 6 came up with these questions on the Twitter thread. So number one is, why did you make a Twitter account? So back in 2008 or 2009, when I first started my Twitter account, it was because of Entertainment Tonight. Entertainment Tonight was like, if you follow us on Twitter, you can see what we're talking about and connect with all the stars. So I remember I used to watch Entertainment Tonight every night. And then I was like, yes, I got to follow them. So I would follow Entertainment Tonight and some other actors. And and that was in the early days of Twitter. But now I just I try to follow people that I have certain if we share certain likes and dislikes, I'd rather follow them than Hollywood stars. Because I realize after a couple years, I don't like Hollywood stars personal lives. I don't like what they sponsor. I don't like what their thoughts are. I just like their work that they do. I don't really care about what they have to say. Let's see. We got a question here from the chat. We have a chat question. Are you excited about the solar eclipse? No. I'm not excited about the solar eclipse. And I hope it's overcast. I hope it's a cloudy, rainy day and nobody is able to watch the solar eclipse. And that it's just another fucking day. Because everyone's making a big deal about the solar eclipse. And I'm just like, I hope it's a goddamn cloudy day and no one has fun. What are your top 5 K-Stu films and top 5 Ed Harris films? I don't think I know either of them to have a top 5. I like Kristen Stewart in general, but I don't think I have a top movie list of Kristen Stewart. I like Runaways. I liked, what did I like? I liked that Personal Shopper. It's a nice, weird, slow movie that doesn't really do anything. And then I also like, the one. What's that one? The Women movie. The Women movie with the Indian girl. What's her face? Oh God, I'm forgetting all their names. But anyway, that one where Kristen Stewart is the language teacher or the teacher in the school, and then that Flower Moon girl's in the classroom, and the Flower Moon girl digs on the Kristen Stewart, so they go out on a date or two, and then Kristen Stewart totally breaks her heart and goes to a different school, and it's the most fucked up thing ever, and it breaks the little Indian girl's heart, and it breaks my heart too, because I'm like, man, she took you on a date, she took you on a horse-led date, you guys rode a horse through town, come on, man. And then Kristen Stewart just leaves her. That's the part I watched. And then what's the other movie? I do like Panic Room. What's the other Kristen Stewart movie I like? I liked Underwater. Charlie's Angels is not a top tier Kristen Stewart movie, even though I don't even know if I like that one. That one's just like I like the ideas of it, but I don't really like the outlook of the movie. And then what's the other one? There's some other good ones too. I know she's in. But yeah, it was just a bunch of them, and there's some of them I consider I watched, but not really. Like one of the ones I watched was Seberg, and when I say watched, is like when it's on my timeline on my editing system, and I go through it so many times, even though I haven't watched the movie, I feel like I've watched Seberg, and Seberg is pretty okay. Okay, so I'm going back to the Twitter thread. The Twitter thread. How old were you when you made Twitter? So when I made my Twitter account, I believe I was 18. And that was like 2009. How many accounts do you have on here? I have 3. I have a burner account or alt account. I have I Want My TV Now, which is my main one. And then I have my Red Letter Media fan account where when I'm really into Red Letter Media, I want to do like little screen caps. That's what it's for. Let's see. What made you stay on Twitter? What made me stay on Twitter was that, what do you call it? Over the years, I've found more friends on Twitter, and that's what I like the most about Twitter. I like seeing all their jokes, what they're watching, what they like to watch, what their opinions are, a little bit about them, their selfies, their little dogs, their ugly little dogs, and the cats. Those are nice. But that's why I stay on Twitter for the most part. Let's see. These are all like Twitter based. Alright, so ask me some more questions while I find the other one, because these are more Twitter based questions, and that is not the thread I wanted. I like the one where it's the other one where it's actual questions. I'm reining it in. Oh, let me type that in. Mackenzie, right? Mackenzie. Oops, no. There we go. Type that in. And then come to my question I answered. There it is. There it is. That's the real one I wanted. Okay, what was the question that someone said? Do you pay for Twitter? No, I don't pay for Twitter. Twitter's free, thank Christ. And then, if this was murder, someone knew what they were doing. Oh my God. That's the question from oh God, what movie is that? It's Benicio del Toro. He's in the movie with the red hair guy from CSI Miami, and I used that for my mashup. Was it Jade? Could have been Jade. Okay, here we go. This one's a better one. This one is from user Hatsune Moki. So their first question is, introduce yourself with a character that you relate to. This was what I wanted to talk about. Yes. So in general, I don't really relate to characters, but like there's a fun game where my mom always says like, what character did you relate to? And I always have to try to find the one I relate to. But the other day when I read this, the first character that I was like, oh my God, I relate to that character so much today. And it was Hal from Titanic, aka Billy Zane. And not so much about the slapping, but about like how you can be so confident about something. Like even God himself couldn't sink this ship. Like I was thinking of lines like that, or like it's the strongest ship ever made. And like you have this confidence about you, even though you could probably be wrong. I feel that in every way. And then I feel like the way where it's like you can give all the gifts and boxes and whatever, and yet they'll still choose somebody else, a fucking country bumpkin who has nothing. Meanwhile, you have a job, you paid for the trip, you paid for gifts, and you get jack shit. You get nothing. Of course, he was mean, but like I related to Hal that day because there's like certain things that Hal like especially there's a moment in Titanic when he puts the jewel in her jacket and he gives her the jacket, and then she runs away in the jacket, and he's like, and I put the coat on her. It just reminded me how I had this friend who I gave the Scott Pilgrim, like, okay, so I went to the Scott Pilgrim signing, the whole cast was there, but I kept Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Michael Cera, and Edgar Wright. I kept those 3, but the rest of the cast, I had them sign the gift from my friend, and I don't even talk to this friend anymore. Oh my god. So like in years now, like I think in my letter from Stuart's like, now you have the Scott Pilgrim signed DVD, and it's like, I don't have it. I gave it to my friend. I put the code on her. Oh my gosh. Ed Harris is in The Rock. Yeah, but there's only like a couple of Ed Harris movies that I really know and love. It's The Rock, Creep Show, and what's the other one I like? I think those are the main ones. Of course, he's done like good movies like Apollo 13 and Abyss. And I think there's like another one he's done where it's like, there's that. He was also in A History of Violence, which I did like. I did like that Ed Harris performance, but there's that. But yeah, so next question. What's something your mutuals know you for? That answer is my mutuals know me for my mashups. They know me for my trailer mashups. They know me for my Twitter account. They know me from these live streams. They know me from my collection. But yeah, that's how people know me about it. Hang on. Oop, I'm jumping ahead. What's the most recent show you watched? The most recent show I watched was The Last Dance, which is a documentary about the Michael Jordan thing. I thought that was incredible. I thought that was like one of the best documentaries I've seen. Like towards the end, it started feeling like a little bit of filler, but like overall, I thought that was a great, interesting story that I had no idea was going on when I was a kid. Like basketball was a whole other world when I was a kid. Like I never understood it, never understood where I could watch it, anything about it. No one close to me knew about basketball, so it was like something I never knew. So watching this was like, oh my god, this thing was a world phenomenon. It became worldwide known. They did the Olympics. They did all these cool things with the basketball team, and it changed the world. And I was like, yeah, okay. That was great. So that's the last thing I watched. It was on Netflix. I do believe it's on disc, and I almost want to consider getting it. Almost. I don't know if I'd ever watch it again, but it feels like something I'd want to watch again. It does. So number 4, name any mutuals you like to shrink down and squeeze like a stress toy. I did answer this before. I said Luke because I just like Luke, because Luke is just upset at everything, and just to have him as a little stress toy, I think that'd be hilarious. Little glasses and a little pipe. Let's see, favorite songs. So my favorite songs as of recently is Everclear AM Radio. And what's the other one they do? It's not AM Radio. It's the... Oh, God. Oh, my God. I can't believe I'm fucking blanking today. This is just the worst. I am blanking so bad today. Let me go to my repeat on Spotify, because I know it's there. I think it's Santa Monica. Repeat. You know, I wish I could do a radio show on here, guys. I wish I could be like a DJ and say, like, coming up next is Thunder Road by Bruce Springsteen. The reason why I'm thinking about this is blah, blah, blah. I think it's that. Santa Monica, Everclear. Hopefully I don't. Yep, it's Everclear. I'm still living with your ghost. I like that. Nowhere dreaming of the West Coast. I love that song. Okay, what else do I like? I like Smells Like Teen Spirit. I like Ironic by Alanis Morissette. What else do I have? Get What You Give, New Radicals. In the Meantime, Space Hog, I Got a Name, Jim Croce. Thunder Road by Bruce Springsteen. Total Eclipse of the Heart by Bonnie Tyler. Last Kiss, Pearl Jam. Like I just said, still dreaming of the West Coast. Semi Charm Life, Third Eye Blind, One Headlight, The Wallflowers. Those are some of my favorite songs at the moment. They're on my Spotify repeat. Favorite album? Oh my god. So I really don't have favorite albums. I don't think I've ever done that. The closest I could answer that is favorite album is Viva La Vida by Coldplay, because I remember that being a huge album. And I bought that and listened to it all summer. And at the end of the summer, I came home and my mom got me the tickets to go see them perform the album. And it was just like the most surreal experience. They had confetti butterflies, and they sang every song from the album. And I knew every song front to backwards because I listened to it all summer. That was one of the coolest moments ever. I think another album I know would be Back to Black, I think it's called, by Amy Winehouse. That one's good. I like Coming Home, I believe, by Leon Bridges. Those are some albums I like. Number 7. What are top music artists? I don't fucking know. I'm gonna say Bob Seger, Neil Diamond. Oh my gosh. Because I'm not a big music person, but like, there's that. Bob Seger, Neil Diamond, Bee Gees I like, AC/DC I like, Johnny Cash, Elvis Presley. There's that. Would you know if any satire Nintendo YouTuber made sarcastic video game essays? Nope, I have no idea who that is. I don't watch video game essays. I'm not a video gamer. Sorry. Show me 4 of your comfort characters. Okay, so my comfort characters. Let's see. If I had to just look behind me and pick comfort characters, I would say probably Ghostface, Batman, any Batman. Doesn't matter who Batman. Oops, oh my gosh, I forgot to take down the question. Any Batman character. What else do I have? A comfort character. What did I say? Ghostface, Batman. Probably Michael Myers, because I have him over there. And let's go with Ghostbusters. Those are my 4 comfort characters. Did you find Ben-Hur? I did not find him. I'll order it online soon enough. Because I got to order 2 more movies, and that's probably one of the 2 I'll order. Let's see. Favorite plot of your... describe the plot of your favorite show very terribly. Okay, so that would be 4 people who don't learn... 4 terrible people who learn nothing. That's my badly described plot. Again. Is that another question? Something pop up? No. Okay. Describe the plot of your favorite game very terribly. You drive around and you shoot people, aka Grand Theft Auto. Your favorite food was just ate and nothing but crumbs were left on the table. Which mutual you're blaming for? I'm blaming Phil Dragish. Phil Dragish would eat any food. What's a specific color you can drop you really like? I really like the color blue. I like blue. Blue's my favorite color, I would say. Which anime character would you want to be for a day? I don't know any anime characters. If I could, probably Speed Racer. He's anime, right? Is he considered anime? I'd consider him anime. Do you have any hobbies? Yes, I like to edit, sometimes draw and do collages. And what else do I do? Somewhat photography. And I collect figures and such. Right now I'm actually working on a fan trailer. It's a horror fan trailer. It'll be on Chief Brody Rules in the next couple of weeks, I guess. Because right now I'd say about halfway through. Because the intro's done. I just have to find out what I want for the titles. And just to do the final montage. And the final montage should just finally just fall into place. Thoughts on Urban Legend or Urban League? No, you mean Urban Legend. Okay. I thought Urban Legend rocked. It was the movie where I was like, yes, I 100% support the lead killer and all these characters deserve to die. That was like the first movie where I was like, none of these characters are good. They all deserve to die. Except the one character. No, she was bad. I was just going to say I didn't want the Danielle Harris character to die, but Danielle Harris was such a bitch. But I do like her death scene. It was so perfect. So for those who don't know, Danielle Harris is in, from, what do you call it? She was in Halloween 4 and 5. She played Jamie. She's in the movie Urban Legend. And her character is a roommate who's a goth girl who always yells and bitches at her roommate. So the night the killer gets into the room. Oh yeah, it's established. So the goth girlfriend likes to fuck with the roommate in the room. She doesn't give a care. She doesn't fucking care. So the killer breaks into the room, turns off the lights and starts choking Danielle Harris. And the roommate comes in and the roommate's like, oh wait, that's right. I know what you're doing. I'm not going to turn on the light. And just like puts on her pajamas and goes to sleep. Meanwhile, her character's being choked, or Danielle Harris is being choked. And on the wall the next day, it's like, don't you wish you turned on the light? And I was like, oh man, that was good. And then I liked the death scene of the dean. The dean dying was great, even though it was completely unrealistic. So in the movie, the killer is hiding underneath the car and slashes the dean's ankle. and he starts crawling on the ground, and the killer puts the keys in the ignition, puts it in neutral, and waits for the car to run over the Dean, and the car runs over the Dean right over the tire spikes. It is so good. But yeah, I totally was in support of the killer because I'm like, all these people are terrible people and they all deserve to go away. And spoiler alerts on a 35-year-old movie. But the killer gets away and I was so happy. I was like, oh, thank Christ, she got away with it. Let's see. Next one. Drop a random image from your camera roll without context. Nope, we don't have that right here. Any major life updates you're proud about and want to share? Major life updates. I guess it would be that I'll be going to Comic-Cons this year, and I'm excited about that. Yeah, that's about it. We'll skip number 17 because it says, what's your favorite San Diego character? I have no idea what that is. I'm assuming it's an anime. What is something you can't leave home without? I can't leave home without my phone. For sure need my phone. What's a scene from any media that never fails to make you cry? I would say the Christmas Eve scene from Catch Me If You Can. So they catch Leo DiCaprio, and on the plane ride home they say his father broke his neck, so the Leo DiCaprio character is like freaking out, so he wants to go home. And as he goes home, he sees this little girl in the window. He's like, hey, where's your mom? Who's your mom? And the little girl points at his mom. And then he realizes that she's completely moved on, not caring about the father or him at all. Like they don't exist, and she's so happy without them. That always makes me cry. And then, what other things make me cry? A lot of things make me cry, though. Like, if I think about Maestro too much, I'll cry. Because just about that guy not able to live his life and just being able to love too much is just... hurts me. Do you collect anything? If so, what do you collect? I collect tons of things. I collect 1/6 scale Brie Larsons. I have both of them. I collect the Ghostbusters. I have the real Ghostbusters, the Plasma Series Ghostbusters. I have the NECA slasher characters, most of them at least, or not most of them, my favorites, I should say. The Toonie Terrors are good. I have the McFarlane Batmans from the movies, specifically. I collect those. Favorite anime opening of all time would probably be Sailor Moon. Fighting evil by moonlight, living in love by daylight. Dun, 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 dun. She's the one, we Sailor Moon. Yeah, I do like that one. Anime ending song of all time. The ending song I like is Leo the Lion, where it's like, Leo, save the day, Leo, come to our rescue, and it's like, it's got this cool synthesizer. I like that one. Name something you do not enjoy doing. I do not enjoy doing anything relating to work outside of work. I do not do that. I don't like it. On Christmas Day, someone asked me to take their picture, and I thought we were going to take a selfie, and they wanted me to take their picture, and I was like, oof, no, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like doing anything related to work when I'm not at work. Are there any merchandise from your favorite media you'd absolutely tear down the walls to have? Yes, I made a list of this one. Okay, so merchandise from favorite media. So I'm going to go by things that represent things or things that I've seen in movies. So number one, I wish there was a Leo Marvin puppet. I would love that. I would want a Leo Marvin puppet. I would want the entire Commando Elite line of figures. Chip Hazard, Butch Meathook, Sniper, Nick Nitro, Kip Killigan, Link Static, Butch Meathook, what was the other one? Not Butch Meathook. Brick Bazooka. I would love all the Commando Elites. I would love the Chomper Land Before Time doll that's in the background of Scream 3. That's a very specific one. It's not any Chomper. It's Chomper with like the nose and eyes and arms. It's very specific. I want the Spuds MacKenzie light from Halloween 4. And I'm going to just throw it in there for fun if I could have a vehicle from a movie. I think I would want the Dodge Challenger, right? The Dodge, or is it Charger? Either way, the Dodge from Death Proof. I'd want that one. When's your birthday? My birthday's in January. January. I show up in your house with a cardboard cutout of your favorite character. Who would it be? I was joking around that if my friends were to give me a cardboard cutout, it wouldn't be my favorite character. It would probably be my favorite actress, so they would probably drop off a life-size cutout of Jenna Ortega or Anya Taylor-Joy. I think those would be the ones, but if it was Luke, he'd probably give me like Katy Perry or Britney Spears. But as of recently, I would not be surprised if someone got me like a Sydney Sweeney cardboard cutout, where it's just like, oh my god, what am I going to do with this? Do you cosplay? If so, do you have any photos you want to share, or do you want to say that you want to do? Okay, so my most recent cosplay would be my... Oh god, it was afterwards. So my recent cosplay, I think, was Candyman. That was my Halloween costume last year. And I put a lot of effort into designing that one. And the next cosplay I want to do is Harry Warden. Harry. I've got to get the suit, the overalls, the hat, light. I got to do all that. But that's the one I want to do. I want to do Harry Warden. Tell me a fact about yourself. My fact about myself. So when I was younger, my uncle screamed and said, "Oh my God, Mom, get in here. Look what Frank's done." And she went in there and saw that he was pointing that I did a puzzle upside down. It was just the white side up, and I did the puzzle by myself. And my mom was like, "Yeah, he does that. That's what Frank does." And he was just shocked about that. So there's that. I was like the accountant. What's your favorite flower? My favorite flower is Flower from Bambi. Do you have a favorite drink? I think my favorite drink would be Dr. Pepper or Mr. Pibb. Those would be my top two. And if they don't have those available, give me a cherry Pepsi Zero. That's good enough for me. Okay, break time. I will be back in 50. Hang on, going back to the next question. Your favorite romantic ships of all time? For romantic ships. Romantic ships. I don't think I have any ships. What anime game characters closest... hang on. I read that wrong. What anime character or game character's closet would you steal clothes from? Characters you want to steal clothes from. For video game characters, I think Tommy Vercetti. Tommy Vercetti had a cool amount of clothes to choose from. I also liked CJ's closet, so I'd raid CJ's closet. And probably the Saints Row game. I wouldn't mind all those jeans and purple jackets. I wouldn't mind that. Those seem cool. Recommend me a series I should get into that you really enjoy. The Last Dance? I don't know. I don't watch TV shows. What is something you want to be remembered for? I want to be remembered for checking in with people without everybody knowing. Because there's some people out there who I respond in like the DMs and stories and whatnot, but like people wouldn't know that. People wouldn't know that. And I like doing that because it lets them know I care. Even the other day, I think my friend Becky let me know that out of all her friends, it was me who checked in with her, and that really did get me. So if anything I want to be remembered for, I want to be remembered for checking in with people and talking to people and, trying to catch up the best I could in the DMs and whatnot and stories. But that's what I'd say. If you could travel out of state, where would you go and why? If I could travel out of state, I don't know. I'd say, I don't know, like, I'd want to go there, but, like, what am I going to do when I get there? Like, example, I would love to see the mountains and trees, but, like, I don't need that. I don't need that in my life, and who am I going to tell, and what am I going to do when I'm there? I don't like camping, and that is one thing. It's like, that's like camping, and I don't want to camp. Even though it would like be beautiful and whatnot, but it just, I don't know. I think I get tired of it real quick. But I would like to see the mountains and pine trees and all that. But it's like, what am I going to do when I'm there? I don't know. Even though it looks gorgeous. Even though it looks gorgeous, it's just like, eh. But that's like out of state, not out of country. What's something on your mind you've been dying to talk about? I kind of already did. I did that with the My Bloody Valentine. And I kind of did that with the AI discussion, but I didn't want to burn any bridges, so I was very vague on it. But I think Batman. Batman's been one I've been really wanting to dying to talk about. Leatherface, I definitely want to talk about. So there's like 2 shows right there. I want to do like a Batman ranking. Oh, for the love of God, I would love to do it with Julie, but I think I'm gonna have to do it by myself for the Batman episode. And the Halloween episode, not Halloween, the Texas Chainsaw. That's definitely by myself because I don't know anyone else who is a big fan of the Texas Chainsaw movies, and I desperately want to talk about all those movies and rank them and talk about why I like each single one of them. And there's some of them I haven't seen yet, so there's that as well. It would help me fill in those blanks. Like, I haven't seen the Netflix one, and I haven't seen the Leatherface direct-to-DVD one. Those are the only 2 I haven't seen yet. What animal would you hope to reincarnate as? Reincarnate as an animal? Either an ugly dog, like a little Chihuahua dog, because I know I'd get taken care of, or a cat. Again, because I'd be taken care of. I'd want to reincarnate as an animal that would be loved and taken care of. Definitely a cat or one of those little stupid Chihuahua dogs. I think it'd be great. Let's see. Any niche interests or hobbies you have that you want to talk about but no one would understand? Leatherface! No one's going to understand my love for Leatherface. Another one would probably be Bruce Willis movies, because I've realized as I've gotten older, I'm the only Bruce Willis fan. Like, I've seen most of his movies prior his DVD work. I don't think I'd ever talk about his DVD work. I just feel like that was made to pay the bills, like, literally. But yeah, I think that'd be the 2 things: Leatherface and Bruce Willis movies. Like, what'd you do? Claim a character. Okay, if I were to claim a character that's like mine, you can't have this character. It's mine. What would I do? I'm looking around my room at the characters I have. Like, that's mine. You can't have it. It's my character. Ooh. Because right now, my thought process. It might be Snoopy. It might be Garfield. But a character that's mine. You can't have it. It's mine. Mine. That's fine. I don't feel strongly. I guess McDonald's characters. Those are mine. You can't have them. It's mine. No, hang on. There is a character out there. I'm sure there is. Probably Anna or Elsa at the time where I was like, no, they're mine. You can't have them. They're mine. I'm sure there's a... Oh, God, it is. Hang on. What is it? Okay, my friend Polaris, he was making fun of me because he wanted me to sell it. What was it? Oh, it was one of my dollies. I think it might have been my Betty Page or my Purgatory toy, because he wanted to buy that from me, and I was like, you can't take it away from me, it's mine. So it would be one of those, either the Betty Page or the Purgatory. You can't take her away from me, she's mine. Let's see. Favorite Easter movies. Like as mentioned before, Ben-Hur, Ten Commandments, Here Comes Peter Cottontail. Favorite St. Patrick's Day movies besides The Fugitive. St. Patrick's Day. I would consider Blown Away a St. Patrick's Day movie, even though I don't think it takes place on St. Patrick's Day. Blown Away for sure. What movie would you like to see on stage? Nightmare Before Christmas, for sure. Reservoir Dogs, I think, would be another one. Hateful Eight was a third one. And there's a fourth one. Probably Maestro. I would love to see Maestro performed on stage because I think it could happen. Favorite Irish films in general. That's a blank spot for me. What's your favorite any character that matches you? What was the character I picked from Oppenheimer? I think the character I picked from Oppenheimer was 2 of them. I picked either Strauss or... Benny Strafe. Who was the Strafe character? The guy, Benny Strafe. Who did he play? I gotta look it up. Oppenheimer. Oh, I guess Rabbit's a character that's mine. I wouldn't want anyone to take away my rabbit. I love Rabbit. I'll pick the Rabbit. But I'm trying to think of the Oppenheimer character I related to before I move on. I want to get that character's name. Edward Teller, the one who doesn't get the handshake at the end. That's a character. It won't be for you. It will be for them. But yeah, I like Rabbit. Rabbit's my favorite character. What does your daily routine look like? Get up, shower, pack lunch, go to work, come home, sleep, stay up until 3 and go back to sleep and go back to work. Favorite type of sweet treat dessert. There's a grocery store around here that sells these, I think they're called Farpay drinks and snacks or whatever, frappe drinks. They sell like a parfait. They're parfait snacks. So it's like lemon with yellow cake. I love that because you can't get lemon with cake anymore. So that's like the closest thing you can get, lemon with lemon cake, yellow cake. And then they have like birthday cake one that I absolutely love. I love the Hershey pies from Burger King. I love Frosties from Wendy's. I like the cookies from Wendy's, the sugar cookies in particular. And what's another sweet snack? I like the Christmas cakes by Little Debbie, and I also like the zebra cakes. Name a word you can't get out of your vocabulary. A word you can't get out of your vocabulary. I don't know. That's a weird one. Rabbit. What character would you be in the Batman movies? Oh, what character would I be in the Batman movies? Like, I'd want to be Bruce Wayne, but I know I'm not Bruce Wayne. I'm probably more of an Edward Nygma. I don't know. I like it was asked before, who are you into? I'm more into the villains. I'd be like an Edward Nygma or a Harvey Dent or a Jack Napier, Joker, even a Poison Ivy to a certain extent, and then like Joker, or not Joker, Mr. Freeze. I relate to all those characters. Who else would I be in Batman? I'd definitely be Gordon, specifically in Batman and Robin, because in that one he's like, "What did you do? You let them get away," and he didn't do anything. And then the other point of the movie when he gets the pheromones sprayed in his face by Poison Ivy, and he's like, "Please, come back." That's totally me. I can relate. Okay, any oomphs you love to death and see as family? Well, that's Anthony and Ray for sure. Anthony and Ray are family to me. So whenever I get them a box, it's no longer a mystery box to me. It's just like a gift for my family and friends. Who else? Oomph. Oomph would be... Probably Shane Ford would be Oomph. Captain Iron Dog, like a brother. Luke is a baby brother, even though he's like 4 years older than me. No, what is he? 38 or something? He's like, at least 7 years older than me, or something like that. Yeah, he's like a baby brother. Baby brother though, because he's that old, but yet he still has hard, like, opinionated. He's very opinionated, and to me, hard opinions are more for a younger person. So when I see the hard opinions on him, and he's like 38 years old, I'm like, yeah, you're my baby brother. You're my baby brother. Character like in Watchmen, oh geez, that's Night Owl for sure. Fat and bloated and wants to get with a hot woman from years ago. What else do we have here? Name something you love. Can be anything. I love collecting, for sure. I love collecting. I love collecting figures, and I love collecting movies. I may not always watch the movies. I may not have seen the movies. I may not like the character or know the character, but I like collecting the characters. I like collecting movies. I like collecting. I found it so relaxing the other day to sit in my DVD room and just look at my collection and just appreciate it, because I don't, there's no strings attached to me. I could literally watch anything I want to watch. I'm not held back by streaming service or anything. So there's that. Let's see, next question. You won the lottery. What are you buying? Well, I'm paying my taxes. So if I won $1 million, I know half that money is gone to taxes. And if I could, get away with keeping more money and like donating it, I would. I would donate to my friend Amanda. I used to donate to her all the time, but now that I'm on my own, I don't have that extra cash to be donating anymore. But I would donate to her when I could. I would donate for her ride for Roswell, her runs, her jogs. I would donate anything to help her out. I would buy a house for myself, probably a multi-room house, so I could have multiple collection rooms. And the bedroom would be like the most bare amount, like enough room for my bed and like clothes for the bedroom, but everything else would be like a collector room. Just because I'm more of a collector and vlog person rather than a family man. And then what else would I buy? I'd buy gifts for my friends for sure, or help them out if I could. If they needed help with anything, I would try to do that as well. But self first, taxes first, and then help out others. Are you a morning or night night person? Didn't even finish the question on that one. Favorite quote from any media? Hello, rabbit. That's one of my favorite ones. And then from Jaws, you ain't got one thing on here I ordered. You ain't got no beach umbrellas, no sun loungers, no beach balls. If I can't get service here, that's my favorite line. And then, what other is my favorite line? I think my other favorite line would be, oh God, what's another favorite line? Shit, I don't know. I know I quote them a lot, so whenever I try to do this, it's always funny that I can't think of any, but it's like I quote them all the time. It matters, Crawford. It matters. Or sketches. If he's sketching, what's he sketching? Those are ones I quote a lot. And then Barry Manilow on the radio today thought she was hot shit. What's she know, big dummy? Those are the ones I like. What is something about yourself you wish you were acknowledged more? Something about yourself you wish you... Hang on. What is something about yourself you wish for acknowledged more? So they wrote it wrong, but I get what they're saying. What would I wish I was more acknowledged for? I wish I was acknowledged for what I do. It comes far in between, or whatever that phrase is. Because when I do get acknowledged, it stands out, and I feel like I've been acknowledged maybe 2 times specifically in the last couple of years, where I was like, oh geez, I got acknowledged. So there's that. I won't give details because that would be work related, and I don't want to do that. Are you more of an optimistic or pessimistic person? I'm optimistic for my friends, but I'm pessimistic about like things like the solar eclipse, where I'm like, fuck the solar eclipse, I hope it's a gray day. But if it's someone like my friend Amanda, who has like this dog named Stella that she just got, and Stella's really moving in, I'm optimistic about that. I'm optimistic about my friend Rebecca, who just had a kid, and they're still traveling a lot, because she used to travel a lot with her husband, but now they're traveling with the baby now, and it's like, oh, that's fun. I like that. I'm optimistic for that, because I know they're in good hands. I'm optimistic about my sister and her kids, because they're so smart. They're like the smartest people on the planet, those kids, and they're only like 7 and 5 years old or whatever. They're smart, and I'm optimistic about others, and not so much about overall things. Like if it's overall things, it's like, no, I kind of wish it flops. You know what I mean? I don't know what that is, but I'm that kind of person. What is something that really impacted your life and helped shape you, who you are today? It was the story of Stone Soup, and apparently I interpreted it wrong, because for the longest time I thought it meant something else, but when I grew up I found like, oh my god, it's about something else. But Stone Soup impacted my life because the way I learned it, so for those who don't know, the story of Stone Soup was, there's this bum who goes around the houses and he begs for food, and they won't give him any food. So he fools them. He starts up this fire and has nothing in his cauldron, and he's like, I'm making stone soup. All I need is the stone. And they look and they're like, what? You need more than this in your soup. You need this. So like the whole town puts in their cabbages, carrots, food, and all that. And he gets a free meal out of all their food because he tricks them about his stone soup. And what I took from that story was he didn't earn that food. He stole their food. He tricked them. He betrayed them. And apparently that's what I wasn't supposed to get from it. What I was supposed to get was that you're helping out somebody else with their food and you're giving them to them. And it's like, no, that's dishonesty. He was being dishonest with them and fooled them. So I feel like that story sort of shaped my life, where it's like, be careful who you trust, be careful who you give your info to and whatnot. So there's that. What's another thing that helped shape my life? I say it all the time, but when my friend Stuart said, there's more thing, you thought about that movie more than anyone else did. And that made me sit back and relax and say, like, don't take movies too seriously unless you really, really need to. But, like, love everything, Don't care about everything too much. Don't nitpick everything. And that was the end of the thread. Okay, so there's that. That was interesting. That was cool. So what else do we have here? Any other questions? The last question was who you like the most in Watchmen. I did answer that. Okay, so is there anything else before I head out? Because I think that was a decent stream. Asked some questions, answered some questions. Yeah. Okay. No questions, no nothing. Alrighty. So I think I'll be heading out now. Tomorrow I'll be seeing Ghostbusters. Next week I'm not sure if there'll be a show. Maybe I will do a show. Maybe I'll talk about Ghostbusters if I feel the need to. But right now I really, I think next week might be take the week off kind of stream. So I think I might do that. So thank you guys for watching. Here we go. We got a question before I hop out. What's my favorite holiday? My favorite holidays are Halloween and Christmas. Halloween, Christmas. Because Halloween starts in September and basically goes until Christmas. And Christmas is like... No, wait, let's see. Halloween goes until like November, like September. Not even. I think we're starting in August for Halloween. Halloween is like from August all the way until October 31st, and then November 1st until, until March is like Christmas. So there's that. But yeah, those are my two favorite holidays, Halloween and Christmas, because you could decorate and they last for so long and they're a lot of fun. But okay. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and see you on the next one. Okay. Bye everyone.